So the R&D Intensive SME Scheme is a new scheme that's come in just recently. So a lot of companies will be familiar with the old SME scheme that just allowed companies with, say, up to 500 employees to be able to claim. But now there's another test to make sure that the amount of R&D you're undertaking is high enough to allow you into that scheme. And it will give greater benefits and higher rates than you would do if you're claiming under the new merged RDEC scheme. Well, these are going to be the smaller companies up to 500 employees, but also ones that are investing 30–40% of their total spend in R&D expenditure. So it's going to be your very innovative businesses, those startups that are really focused on developing new products. And they're going to be the companies that need that support. And it gives a much higher rate of cashback support into the business than you would get in the new merge scheme or within the standard SME scheme. So it's a great way of funding your innovative R&D. So what happens if your business starts to grow and you spend more on non-R&D expenditure? At that point, you potentially drop out of this R&D intensive scheme, and there can be a big change in rates. But just recently announced has been a tapering off of the drop that you will see. So you'll be able to stay for another year in the scheme as you drop below the level that would allow you to remain as an R&D intensive business. That allows you to do some planning and budgeting to manage the drop in cash flow benefits that you'll see from the claim. Unfortunately, there is a cap on this R&D intensive scheme. You have to be very careful of how much PAYE there is within the business that's making the claim. Revenue have been concerned that sort of boilerplated companies in the UK are claiming with very limited activity taking place. So they have looked at the PAYE as a way of testing whether the company's really undertaking R&D. So if you have staff overseas or if you have staff in other subsidiaries, you have to be very careful. You could end up being tripped out by this cap, even if your company is a legitimate claimant. So it's definitely one to understand and get your head around how that's going to impact your claim. Well, I think one of the main things that companies need to understand is, are you going to be in this scheme or are you going to miss it because you haven't got quite enough R&D? And you probably need to be looking this through your budgeting process. So we can help you with that planning, understanding where you're going to end up, and then understand what benefit you might be getting from the scheme at the end of the day. We can also help you understand what projects will be within the scheme and understand what the risks and benefits are in terms of putting that claim in. So we're there to support you, we're there to partner you through the claim and make sure that you get that cash back first time.